Well, welcome everybody to this week's Menlo Midweek podcast. My name is Mark.
My name is Matt.
And we've got Christian here from Mobilize Love. Welcome back, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
Dude, it's always great having you in here, and it's just amazing the stories that have, Mobilize Love. We hear about what the amazing work that you guys are doing, and so if you're listening to this is February 4th, so we've got about 2 months until our For the Bay 5K.
That's right, yes.
So we're doing this to get it on people's maps. This is probably the first time people will be hearing about it unless you have recurring reminders to set things up on the website like I do. So no one else probably has that. But there is the For the Bay 5K webpage is live now. We've officially locked it in for March 28th. So Matt, let's tee up what For the Bay 5K is and how Christian and Mobilize Love are playing a part of that.
Yeah, well, For the Bay 5K is our annual 5K run. I mean, I say annual, it's our second year doing it. And I think the only reason we have a second year is because the first year was so fun.
Yeah.
But really, it's an opportunity to get your friends, neighbors, anyone who likes walking or running out for the day at beautiful Shoreline Park in Mountain View. It's in what they call the kite flying area. That's legitimately what it is. If you search on Google Maps, kite flying area, you will see a shoreline like that's the designated area. But basically, we're getting together that day, as many people as possible, to be for the Bay. And what that means is we're supporting local partners and organizations that we're connected to. And our premier partner for this event is Mobilize Love. We were last year as well. So we as we've gotten to know the work that Mobilize Love has done, it's been great for us to support them in that way. And I think similar to like the food kit build we just did recently, yes, could you just give support to an organization? Well, sure you could, but what would it look like to actually be a participant in the event together, to get people moving, the adrenaline going, to do something different and fun. So that's what the 5K is all about. And it's something that, again, we want people to invite their friends, family members to, even if you're not running or walking for the day, which, by the way, there is a 1K as well. If you're
Sign me up for that, brother.
Yeah, I think that's like more my speed. I actually might be on the e-bike this year, like just cruising, making sure everything's okay. But yeah, the 1K is more my speed. But I'd say, even if you just show up, it's going to be a fun day either way. So yeah, happy to connect with Mobilize Love this year and be a part of this together.
Yeah. So Christian, you've been a partner with Menlo for quite a number of years now. If someone's hearing about you for the first time right now, who is Mobilize Love? Who are you? What's your involvement with them? And let's get people up to speed.
Yeah, thank you again for your partnership over the years. Mobilize Love exists to show up and give hope. And the way that we do that is very unique. We use these outreach trucks, and we go to underserved communities, and we provide mobile after-school programs and mobile human services. The after-school programs are for children, and the human services are really for anyone in the community where these children live. Yeah. And so we have about 14 different trucks right now operating out of 2 warehouses.
Man,
14 sites that we serve in San Francisco, which is where we started in 2017. And now we have around 6 sites down the peninsula. Yeah. And so we're expanding down here, and we have dreams and aspirations to eventually be one day in the East Bay and then in the South Bay. Man. But right now, just San Francisco and the peninsula. And yeah, I think the main things we do are, first, meet physical needs. What are the physical needs that families need, especially low-income families? And so we try to meet the felt needs of families. And then secondly, teach personal life skills to children. And so the 3 things that we teach really are social-emotional learning, literacy, and then the Bible. So the good news of Jesus. And so that's what we do.
Man. It's cool because I think when the first couple of times we were talking, you were just in the city, and since then you've actually been able to make it down here onto the peninsula. And I think one of the places that you're located to is around Lead Elementary School over there in San Mateo.
Yeah. So Menlo has been a very integral part of our history because we started in 2017. And I approached Menlo way back in the day in 2018. We needed a specific truck, and no one was really helping us fund it. And I came over, my wife and I, and we met someone here, and just in a moment of desperation over coffee, we're like, listen, we need this specific truck because this is how we actually teach the kids. And Menlo funded that for us. And so we've had that truck operating since 2018 until now. And most recently, about a year and a half ago, Menlo came back into play and funded our regional food truck.
Cool.
So that's we started to toy with the idea of expanding out of the city down the peninsula, but we would need another set of trucks, and the food truck is the most requested truck. Everyone loves the food truck. And so Menlo came in again and met that need and funded this beautiful food truck. So, I mean, part of this, For the Bay 5K, we'll get to in a second, but you got to come and just see the truck that you funded because it's phenomenal. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And when you say 14 trucks, are all the trucks the same? Are they different? What are the trucks about?
Yeah, great question. Definitely, they're all built for different purposes.
Okay.
We first started, so when we launched one truck per year. Okay, and not by any design, it just happened to be that way.
Sure.
But last year launched 3 trucks,
Hey,
and that just
yo,
speaks
that's
to the
awesome,
amount of
man.
need that there is in the Bay Area. But we have a laundry truck, a stage truck, which Menlo helped us fund, food truck, storage truck, mobile literacy program, refrigerated truck, distribution truck, a wellness truck, a screen truck, a regional distribution truck, a regional food truck, a barber van, and then 2 or 3 other support vehicles.
Dude, pretty soon you're gonna need a truck to remember all the trucks that you have.
I know. I'm starting to lose count in my mind. I have to visualize. What do we got?
What I love about that is that it seems like you are identifying the needs and then kind of creating a solution to get ahead of that, or trying to address something that, is contextual to the different parts and different regions that you're serving. And something that I think would be cool before we kind of look ahead would be, I remember that you shared a story with me once about how when you first showed up to neighborhoods in the city, you weren't greeted happily. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of like, what are you guys doing here? Why are you here? You don't look like us. You don't sound like us. And you want to help us. Like, what's that about? So can you share kind of, if someone's hearing that for the first time, like, could you share that story and kind of mark the progress of from that moment until how you receive now?
Yeah. I always say San Francisco, or really the Bay Area, is kind of like the Hunger Games. No one really likes to leave their area, their district. And so, I had primarily been doing work in a specific area in the city. And when we launched Mobilize Love, there was other parts of the city that, food deserts, housing communities with no resources at all. And we wanted to go reach them, but I didn't know these areas. I never left my district, and so to go into these places, we were actually advised against going into certain places. People told us, we don't know you, we don't trust you. They didn't say those blatantly, but we picked that up. And others just told us you're the wrong skin color, and it's not wise to do this here. So ultimately, we love to listen to the community. But if we listened at that point, we would have never gotten going. Ultimately, we know God asked us to go, and so we just obeyed, and we went out, and we had to earn their trust, and that's all we did. We kept our mouth shut. We showed up. We served with no strings attached. And when we really launched the kids program, it was a week before COVID, and when we launched the food truck, it was a week before COVID. And in that moment, we were able to prove, because we didn't stop showing up and we were outdoors and we were safe, that we were legit, because we earned their trust, because a lot of nonprofits couldn't operate. They couldn't have people indoors. And we had built this fleet of trucks for outdoor experience. Actually, I tell people, we were like Noah. We were building this ark, and we didn't know quite why. And then when COVID hit, we were like, wow, everything we were doing was safe and it was outdoors. And so, from that point till now, COVID year was so many communities were like, come to our neighborhood. And so that really helped us gain a lot of credibility and trust and meet a lot of partners. We don't do the work alone. A lot of churches support us. A lot of community nonprofits support us, and we partner together with them. But now, we have more requests than we can actually pull off, and there's a reputation now. Yeah.
I think that just speaks to there's something there about being willing to show up even when you're not necessarily welcomed, and like being willing to serve people, even because they think, folks sometimes think they know what they want, but maybe don't know what they need. And in this case, like you're meeting a need that people may not have even realized or been skeptical of. And there's a true servant posture in that I just think if more of us understood that, we would be able to, in a good way, like infiltrate different areas that we
Yeah.
can show up and bring hope to. Because sometimes we're put off by the idea of like, oh, you don't want this? Okay, no, I'll back way off. I'll back way off. And the idea that you're saying no, like we feel called, like there's something that God has directed us towards. I just love that, and even in the face of adversity or skepticism, like you're still bringing that energy, and I think more of us need that resiliency in various aspects of our lives. So thanks for sharing that, man.
Yeah, and I think it's all about the heart, though. It's we didn't have a Messiah complex or a Savior complex. I think once we started to interact with the communities, we let them know, hey, I live in the city. I'm raising 4 kids here. We're actually very much the same. We're all just dads trying to survive, And by the way, side note, how else did we get our wives? You should see how if you saw a picture of my wife and how beautiful she was, then you took a look at me, you'd be like, how in the world? It's because love just keeps showing up. Did she want me initially? No. You have to earn it, and then you have to insert your personality, and then eventually she'll fall in love.
Well, you heard it here first. Servant leadership for love. So
exactly.
Keep showing up. I love that. Love shows up.
I'm curious, with your tenure in the city, I'm sure needs of the city look differently before COVID, look differently during COVID, look differently after COVID. And then there's this weird AI thing that's happening now that everyone's talking about. What do you anticipate future needs will be, and how is that playing into what you guys are doing now?
Well, I like to remind people that Mobilize Love definitely doesn't do it all. I don't think any work does it all. I think there's 3 types of work in ministry, which is there's relief for those that just need it immediately. There's development to get people out of where they are, and then there is there's a third one, but I can't remember. But there's whoever works on the systemic stuff. That's way upstream. So Mobilize Love, we don't really do a ton of things systemically. We're trying to meet the immediate family's needs right now. The systemic thing we are doing, though, is teaching children personal life skills and literacy. Because it's around the 3rd grade that pretty much, if you look at the numbers, their life has a certain projection. So that is the systemic thing that we are doing, is teaching children to read, having a social emotional tool belt, and have some knowledge of the fact that God loves them and has a plan for their life. That's the most systemic thing we're doing, and it's with children. So we're not going to see a lot of fruit from that right away. But for families, like in the future, just economically, these families need a livable wage and affordable housing. That's the most important thing. The growing divide between the rich and the poor in the Bay Area is a real thing. You for people to get out of poverty, the first rung of the ladder is 9 feet high. So you either are fully dependent on the government for everything, or you have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to get to where you're at for what you're getting for free. It's a really broken system. We need people to go into government and fix those things. It's way beyond my pay grade. But what we're called to do is, a lot of families are 1 paycheck away. Just 1 paycheck away, 1 instance away, one traumatic family event away from a slippery slope of entering into a public housing or generational poverty. And what we're trying to do is just avoid that.
And there's got to be something to be said for the families that do have a parent or 2 parents that are both grinding, hustling, working that much, maybe not having a consistent adult figure in their lives. When you show up consistently, you are taking a lot of different responsibility there, both in provision of resources or teaching, but also almost guidance and mentorship. I'm sure there's got to be some great stories in there around your consistent presence making a difference in that community and neighborhood as well.
Yeah, there are. There's dozens of stories of just families. I think the first pillar of our work really is establishing presence. I think there is no hack for human connection. So I think with the whole AI thing and innovating for the future, and I love all that stuff. It's making our lives easier with technology. But the one hack is that'll never be figured out is human connection. And it's getting worse, actually. The loneliness epidemic and kids wandering around. They're just wandering around and floating. And what we like to say is whoever's going to show up in their life is going to win the battle of influence. And so if we don't show up and all they behold are the guys on the street and what the activities they're up to, they'll be that.
Yeah.
Because kids become what they behold. And so if that's all they see, they'll do that. And so we need someone positive to enter into the world, model something different. That's why a lot of what we do, we take them on outings, get out of their zip code, look at the world. That's why also literacy, read this book. Frederick Douglass said, once a child learns to read, he's forever free. And so it's to just change their perspective. That's why we do a lot of sports games. That's why we do a lot of summer camps. It's just to show them a different perspective. And all of that is something you can't hack with technology. You got to show up in the world, earn their trust, have enough relational equity to have the parents sign a permission slip, and then be super present when we're with them.
Oh, wow, dude. Yeah, and it's cool to see the ripple effect of that as well, where because of that trust and because of that consistency, not only have you been able to be more present in that community, but also your sphere is growing as well, whether that's in, relationship with them or in proximity, where now you've been able to be further and further away from where you guys started. And it's cool to see the impact that you're making. And the stories that we've heard from when we'd have people from our congregation show up and see you guys at Lead Elementary School down in San Mateo, like, oh, it's so fun, man. Yeah, you guys are doing amazing work. And so, Matt, I'm curious for you, as we're looking forward to this event that we're putting on, second year in a row for the Bay 5K. When we are trying to select someone to say, hey, like we're putting this on so that we can help resource you, what gets you excited specifically about Mobilize Love, and why are we like, yes, let's go ahead and like, these are our guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think back to kind of a lot of what Christian shared, just it's such a worthy cause to invest in the life of children. They are they're the population with the most potential, and yet they are the most vulnerable to so many different things. Right, And so, like, I know that intuitively, like now as a parent, but I also see it, like I bring my youngest into class every morning. He doesn't take transportation or bus or anything. We drive him, and I'll walk into the schoolyard, and this is what I love. Growing up on the East Coast, like we just didn't have open schoolyards like they have in California. Like here, it's like there's like common areas. Ours was like go into this hole, this dark hole. This like I'm like, this place is amazing. But when I walk, I see the kids interacting with each other, and it's like almost you could sort of read the ways in which they are trying to find their footing in this world, whether it is socially, whether it is emotionally, academically. Like there are just a lot of different pressures. And in the Bay Area, the performative nature of the Bay Area, and the microcosm that this place is economically as well, the growing disparity. Like there are additional layers of pressure in this place that I think necessitate our awareness on how to meet the needs of young people. And I'm just aware of that. Like my awareness is increasing as we go on. So I think if you're listening to this, or you have kids, or maybe you don't, but you resonate with what's being shared, like this is a great opportunity to spend a Saturday where you're giving back a little bit and you're having some fun in the process. Like last year, one of the things I loved about last year, because I wasn't in the planning process for the Bay 5K, I just got assigned a couple different roles, like most of our staff does, of, hey, you're directing cars to go park. I was like, cool, that's great. I'll stand in the front and help park some cars. But then when I finally got up there and saw where the starting line was, and I saw the video truck, and I saw the food truck, and I had a rice bowl with, I think it was pork, like shredded pork or chicken. It was delicious, first of all. And then like the physical presence of these trucks and the colorful and engaging nature of them, like you show up in a way that demands attention, and like if I saw that at my school, like in the same way the TV would get wheeled into the classroom when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, this is kind of cool. We got a TV coming in. Like to see that at a school has got to be so exciting for a kid. And so like when I got to the 5K, I was finally able to conceptualize what you're all doing and how you're showing up in that way. And even I think I attended a couple months ago an event that you had in Redwood City where is it the literacy truck, library truck? Is that what you call it?
Stories truck.
Stories truck. That thing was so cool. It was like a library on wheels. And libraries are like becoming fewer and farther between in existence now anyway, with computers and everything. Like, and you could hop up there and like pull one of the many children's books that are there. It's well lit. Like it's almost like the top is like natural light coming through. Like it was just so beautiful. And so I'm like, this is exactly a pathway for kids to find things to connect to that will provide investment into their lives. And so for any listener, for any hearer, like this is a worthy cause. It's worth a Saturday and it's worth your support. So getting more people to know that there are good works being done in the midst of a challenging world, like, you know, who isn't a fan of that? So
Christian, it seems like you're a very like, let's just do it, go get her kind of a guy. And like, obviously that's kind of how this whole thing got started. And so if someone needs a little bit of encouragement, that's listening to this, whether that is going to your website, donating, whether that is heading to For the Bay 5K, sign up for that. What do you think can change in someone from maybe if they're not serving at anything at all, but they know that they're feeling like, man, I think that God wants me to make a difference, and maybe this is one option that they can. How would you encourage someone to say, okay, I'm ready to take that step. I just need a little bit of something.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I would say that by our design, by God, we're built and created to give away to others. It's just in our nature, it's in our DNA, and unless we do it, there will always be a low grade of frustration in our life, of just never having enough. Something seems off. I remember one time my wife and I were in this like week of like arguing over and over and over about silly things, and I just turned to her and I said, you know what, we need to just go get our eyes off ourselves and let's go serve people. And I'll tell you, you know, we stopped arguing right away. I'm not saying serving will heal your marriage, but I'm saying though it changes your perspective when you get your eyes off yourself and you serve others, because that's who Jesus is. The Bible says in John, I think 13, when finally Jesus realized all authority had been given to him, they're at the Last Supper, and the Bible says, and Jesus realized all authority was given to him. The next verse says, the thing that he did with all of his authority, first of all, I don't know what you would do if the moment God gave you all authority, but I would immediately go Niners Super Bowl and a house on the Marina Green, drop 25 pounds. That's what I would do with the authority God gave me. So carnal, sorry, so selfish. Yeah. But Jesus, knowing all authority, got up, put a towel around his waist, and washed his disciples' feet. And that's our rabbi, that's our teacher, that's the one we model our life after. And what he's showing is when you've been given a healthy mind. See, some of you think, oh, I'm where I am because I made great decisions and I'm a go-getter. Yeah, but where did you get that healthy mind from? Because some people deal with mental illness. Okay, you have a healthy body. Some people deal with disease. Like all these things were graced to you and God gave them to you. So you have affluence, you have influence, you have position, you have authority. For what? To use on yourself? No, so you can leverage it to serve others. And I would truly, with 27 years of ministry experience, say this, that the happiest people I know, the most joyful, the most fulfilled, are people that use everything they have for others and not themselves. And the most frustrated people I know that seemingly have everything, but they're kind of selfish with it. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about their time and their energy, and like only focused on their kids, and that's it. It's like, there's something off about you, you know? I'm not judging. I'm just saying you seem frustrated. So I would lovingly just say you can do something. Like no one can do it all, but you can do something. And I'll tell you one last little analogy I use, but just, you know, I'm in charge of my family's laundry, and we have 4 children, and then my wife and I, so there's 6 of us. And I love doing the laundry because it's the only thing in my life I can fully control. I can't control anything else, but I can dominate laundry.
All authority has been given
All
to
authority has
you
been given to me.
in the laundry realm.
So
Hot or cold, baby.
I love it. I take joy in it. I take pride that I do, and I'm on it. But there are some Fridays where I look at the pile, and it's just too big, and I'm like, you know what I do in that moment? I shut the door, and I ignore it. And I feel like a lot of people do that in the Bay Area. It's too much. The problems are too much. We know it's like systemic. It's not just political. It's socioeconomic. It's sin. It's all these things. And then and so we look at all of it and we just say, you know what? that's a little too much, and we proverbially just shut the door and ignore it, and then we just medicate and entertain ourselves to death, you know? And what I'm going to say is just open the door a little bit, just grab a couple pieces of clothing and just fold them. So that's what this For the Bay 5K does. I'm not a runner. Look at me. I'm not built to run. I'm built to speed to be on a beach cruiser bike, you know, and get a burrito. That's how I'm built. But I know that it's not about me. These kids, if I can spend half a day run, and it would benefit one child, it's worth it. It's the best way to spend a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I'm piggybacking off that laundry analogy
Please.
real quick because all authority has not been given to me for laundry, but in my house, now that everybody's of age, everybody pretty much does their own laundry, which is awesome. And what I have come to appreciate about that is now everyone has a stake in how the laundry gets done and what they're willing to put into it. And they will, the level in which they will have clean clothing to wear and all of that depends solely on their effort and initiative and what they're willing to do. And occasionally there is a day where my kids will come to me and be like, hey, I don't have anything to wear. And I'll look inside the thing and I'll be like, man, that piled up pretty quick, didn't it? And I think in those moments, like we help each other out and lift each other up. But I think what I'm trying to say is like, everyone has an opportunity to make a valuable contribution no matter where you are for something like this. Like, even if you think the problem is so big, like, yeah, but you might only have just like one load of laundry to do. Like, and this is like that first step is to do that. So, this is just the whole thing kind of sticks with me. Now, I really want to know how high on the priority list is an ice cream truck for Mobilize Love. Because if it's on the list, I would just say, as someone who knows ice cream, I worked for Carvel Ice Cream on the East Coast for 3 years at 15 years old.
You got Mr. Softy on speed dial?
I do. Mr. Softy comes to my house, actually. No, literally.
It's not a joke, Christian.
Yeah,
They built a route around your house.
Every Monday, if you're listening, every Monday at 6:30 on Oakdale Drive in Menlo Park, Mr. Softy is there, and he stops by my house. So how high on the priority list is like ice cream? Because if there was a truck, I would just let you know. I would gladly give volunteer hours to make sure that thing got done. So yeah. Is that like on the priority list, or is it like a super high, top three?
It's been in our peripheral for sure.
Okay.
We've talked about it a lot of times, and the healthy people on our staff are like, we can't serve kids ice cream, and I'm like. You have to serve kids ice cream. What are you talking about? Like, but my wife, who's always the voice of reason, is like, no, you got to couple it with healthy smoothies. So you give out ice cream, yes, but also you have healthy smoothies. Okay. That's the way you get the vitamins in the kids. Yeah. And I always say the same thing to anyone that's ever interested. If you build it, I will run it.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
I will run it. I will figure a way to run it. But that would be so well received.
Right. So
easily.
Maybe Mr. Softy, if you're listening,
yes.
If you got a truck you're not using,
kick it down.
Yeah, we'd be happy to talk.
Mobilize Softy.
Mobilize Softy. Too good.
Awesome. Well, we're super excited, Christian. Thank you so much. I mean, we're excited just around what you're doing constantly, and for us to be able to insert one day of like focused, let's partner up together. We're so happy to do so. So again, For the Bay 5K is happening on March 18th.
28th.
I'm sorry, March 28th. Yep. Down at the kite flying area of Shoreline Park, 9 a.m. start time. 1K and 5K.
Yeah.
If you're like, man, running a 5K feels like doing 18 loads of laundry, 1K could be for you. If that 1K feels like 18 loads of laundry, we've got 8 weeks to try to ramp up for this thing.
Do.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And again, you can show up. There's in fact there are volunteer opportunities now.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go to our website at menlo.church, you can see the events coming up. There are various ways to serve and give back. You don't have to run. But if you want to help some of our staff park cars,
absolutely. Take
or
pictures,
direct people,
video,
take pictures,
work the start and finish line,
water stations, first aid, all that fun stuff. We'd love to have you.
And my wife and her a group of girlfriends, they just walked it. They didn't even run. So if you it's just a great day to even walk.
Yep.
Didn't
really
take that
pretty.
long.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, Christian, thanks so much, man.
Thank you
we
so
just
much.
are so happy to be able to get some time with you and really celebrate the amazing work that God is doing in and through what you're doing with Mobilize Love. So we're so excited for the Bay 5K. Matt, thanks so much. We'll be sending out some more comms soon. If you need any prayer encouragement this week, text our team, 650-600-0402. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon.
See you.